Okay, we are on page 373, and we are dealing with some formulas. The formulas that we're talking about are area equals base times height, and perimeter equals add the sides. So when you do your area formula, you just want to make sure that you are doing the base times the height. And 8.3 is the base, and 1.2 is the height. Now, before 6th grade, you probably learned area to be length times width. And now, in 6th grade, we have actually switched length times width to just base times height. So for the parallelogram that we have for number 1 on page 373, you just simply take 8.3 times 1.2. And when you work that out, we will get 996. We have 2 decimals in our problem, which means we have to have 2 decimals in our answer. So your answer for number 1 on page 373 is 9.96. That is the area of this parallelogram, and that's 9.96. For a square, it's a little bit, it's very similar. Base times height, we're still going to find the area of the square. Remember, your formula is just simply base times height. And remember, if it's a square, that means all sides are the same and all angles are 90 degrees. And you can put those little hash marks in there to signify that the sides are the same. But for this area one, it's just going to be very simply 2.5 times 2.5. And if you work that out, you probably know 25 times 25 is 625. And you have 2 decimals, so you have to put 2 decimals in your answer, so that would be 6.25. Now, the little review that we're going to do here is you can also find perimeter. So in chapter 10, we try to not only do area, but we also want to do perimeter. Well, for perimeter is something where we like to use P for perimeter, and then we just simply add the sides. Now, of course, we have a square, so there's a way you can multiply to get your perimeter for a square, but I like to stay consistent, and I just like to add all the sides whenever I'm finding perimeter, because when I think of that P, I want to think of plus. So when I'm finding perimeter, I just want to add the sides. So in order to do this one, I would do 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5. And when I add all those up, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, it's going to be 10. Bring my decimal down. So the perimeter for the square here would be 10. This is 2.5 and 2.5. That'll be 5 and 5, and 5 and 5 is 10. So we have perimeter, add the sides, area equals base times height, and then for the parallelogram, we also have area equals base times height.